always gave me support and everything. I needed her, and whenever I needed her, she was there. The second person is my dad. My dad is someone who I look up to because he's a hard worker, and he paid for me to go into this school, and I just really love you. The third person is this person I looked up to because she was the first person to graduate of my family, and whenever I was in trouble, I can look up to her, or was able to go with her. And this person is my sister, Kimberly, and I just gotta say thank you and that I love you. And then the fourth person is going to be someone who took care of me since I was a little baby. She would tell me that I came in the box when I was a little baby. which is just funny. And then she would do like these magic tricks and everything, and I just really love her. And this person is my grandma. And then these three people are really important to me because I was able to work with them and get to know them a lot more this year. And these people are Mr. Nystrom, Miss Beardsley, and Mrs. Farrow. I also want to thank Mrs. Rogers because she showed me that I could sing, and she was an awesome dean, and I could go to her and talk to her whenever I had time, whenever I had hard times, just like that. And that's it. Thank you.
Here I am. I'm wearing the super glasses. First person or people that I would like to thank are my parents. Because after my mom died, they were so helpful to me. Oh, that was a hard one. Oh, the next two people that I would really like to thank are Mrs. and Mr. T. Mr. T helped me persevere through all the hardship. Also, Mrs. T did the same thing. My next one is Mr. Ellis. Mr. Ellis was one of my best friends, one of my greater friends as a teacher here. He always wanted to help, always wanted to be there for me. My next one is Auntie Denise. I really started enjoying being over at their house a lot this end of the year. Because we always had fun at worship. I enjoyed their worship singing. And Uncle Aaron, he was always there for me when I struggled. My other one is Micah Farrow. Micah Farrow, always going to be there for me, even when I struggle. The next one, he's been with me my entire life. He's the only sibling that I've learned to really trust and love. He's sitting in the crowd. It's my brother David. He always was there, always wanted to help me. Even though when we were younger, we used to not get along, but now we do. I used to have struggles with that. Another one is Pastor Bray. Pastor Bray was here, has been with me since I was 4. Long time. He was always a help for me. He always helped me get through a lot of stuff, a lot of depression these 6 years of high school. The next one is Ben Doctor. He has been my friend since Youth Rush. I never really knew him very well, but we got along, and I don't even see him. I can't see right now. I'm blind. Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine. I really enjoy being with him. The next two people who have always been there for me from day one when I came here, sophomore year, were the Schaffners. Mr. and Mrs. Schaffner were always there, always willing to help me get through everything that I need to get through. And I want to thank my class. They were always there for me. And but the rest of my family that is included in my family, everybody here they've always helped me. And that's it.
The glasses really help, guys. You should try. Whenever you can talk, just put the glasses on. They really help. Well, there are a lot of people that are really important for me and then help me all the way here. Well, my adopted moms and sisters, as I call them, probably know that. Mrs. Ellis, Mrs. T, Mrs. Sines, Mrs. Farrell, Mrs. Beersley Brooks, Kyla, Linda, Mrs. Roger, Mrs. Fisher. You guys probably know what I'm talking about when I use this term, adopted moms and sisters. I thank you guys for all your advices, for talking at the time when I was really sad for some reason, or even when we were really happy and we could joke together. And for all the times that we spent together. But before I keep going with the family that Ellis gave me, I have to talk to these important people that couldn't be here because, Brazil is really far away from the United States and it's kind of difficult. So, mãe e pai, eu não sei se vocês estão assistindo agora, mas muito obrigada por tudo que vocês fizeram por mim. Por todas as vezes que eu precisei, por todas as vezes que a gente podia só brincar e fazer palhaçada um dos outros. Muito obrigada por estar do meu lado, todas as vezes que eu não conseguia me levantar, por estender as suas mãos para mim. Muito obrigada por serem mais que meus pais, mas por serem meus melhores amigos. Que Deus abençoe 1 milhão de vezes por serem tão bons para mim. Eu tenho orgulho de vocês, eu espero que eu possa orgulhar vocês do mesmo jeito. Muito obrigada, eu amo muito vocês. Vovó, vovô, titia e tios. Eu amo muito vocês e sou muito abençoada por os terem em minha vida. Obrigada por tomar conta de mim e estarem sempre ao meu lado. Coming back to English. Mrs. Ellis and Mrs. T, thank you so much for always being by my side. For helping me learning much more than just English, but for helping me learning that you don't need to be related to be family. I love you a lot, a lot, a lot, and I thank so much for everything you guys did for me. I love you so much. Brooke and Terry, you guys are the sisters that life gave me, and I'm really grateful for having all the moments that we spent together, that we were laughing, crying, that you guys will always be in my heart. I love you so much. Thank you. Pastor Barry and Mr. Ellis, you guys were the one that helped me a lot in my spiritual journey. Being Bible studies or just in some random story that you told me, getting baptized. Thank you so much for increasing my faith. I have a lot more to say, but I don't really have time. So, I always say that I'm here only because God made a miracle happen. And the whole Ellis family came into my life as angels on earth that God sent me. So thank you so much for all of you for being my life and for helping me into here.
See, I brought water, so that way when I feel it coming, I can drink. So, I wrote something short because the more I say, the more likely I am going to cry, and I don't want to. I didn't say thank you to a few people because I'm gonna end up crying. But I do want to say thanks to Tubby. Ancient. You guys are awesome, and I'm so glad that I get to call you nicknames. If you can't tell, Tubby is Mr. Lukens. I help him work on his abs when we're in the hallways. And then Ancient, sophomore year, it was great. I walked into the bottom of the hotel. He had his workshop, and there was sawdust. And the first thing I said as I walked in there, and I was like, I love the smell of sawdust. Because I worked construction with my dad, and I just really like the smell of working and stuff, I guess. I don't know. So getting to what I wrote, just gonna read it. It seems like 4 years has gone by so quickly, and now tomorrow we get our diplomas. It felt like yesterday I was a freshman moving into my dorm room. I can remember my mom and dad helping me pack stuff in, and once everything was put into the room, my dad was trying to take a selfie and didn't know how to do it. So my tiny arms tried to take it and get all three of us in it. He tried taking it like this, and then I was like, ah! But we got it. And now, here I am, a senior graduating with a new family and friends I will hold in my heart forever. I really want to thank those I've had for mentors and those who just took me in and made me feel loved. I want to thank Kayla and Amber for being willing to take me out of the dorms and how they invited me into their family. They've even allowed me to be a big sister to their kids. I want to thank Mama Linda and Pops for always being there to help me when life was too much to handle. Whether it was giving me time alone to weld in shop class or giving me a world-famous Linda hug while I cried. I really love you guys, and I am so grateful to be called one of your daughters. I also love how Schaffner let me call him Linda. I don't know if you're watching right now, but I want to thank my brother Dustin for being my role model. I know I can count on you for anything. Woo. You have taught me a lot throughout the years and put up with me a lot too. Unlike Saul, where his grandma told him he came from a box, my brothers always told me I was adopted. But I know that's not true because I look like my mom. I'm so thankful that God chose me to be your little sister. And most importantly, I want to thank the best person in the world, my mom. You are amazing. Without you, I really wouldn't be here. You've taught me to be honest and loving. You've showed me the importance of keeping my word and following through on whatever it is that is asked of me or whatever it is that I say I'm going to do. I'm so proud to be called your daughter, even though sometimes we are called sisters. I know we have had our ups and downs, but I know you will always love me and support me in anything. And I am so thankful that you are my mom, and I love you. helping me be able to come here and for all of the great advice you've given me. Mom, thanks for always loving me no matter what. Nana and Papa, thanks for always making me laugh and for everything you've done to help me go to school here. Grandma Connie and Grandpa Monty, you're not my biological grandparents, but you'll always be family to me. Thank you for everything you've done. Sadie, thanks for being the best little sister I could ever ask for. Anae, thanks for being a great friend. Grandma and Grandpa, thanks for always wanting to spend time with me. Mrs. T, thanks for helping me with college stuff and being an awesome person to be around and to talk to. I don't know what I would have done without you this year. Linda, thanks for providing a home away from home for Hannah and I, and for being such a kind, wonderful person. Gigi, thanks for being a great cousin and friend. And Luke, thanks for being a great brother who can always make me smile. I love all of you a lot. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad I didn't wear makeup tonight. I'm already crying. Accidentally wrote a lot thinking I could just speed read it, and that's not going to be the case. So, Mom, thank you for loving me, even though I really like to just push your buttons and argue with you about everything. It's really helped me become the stubborn, opinionated woman I am. And I feel proud to be that because of you. And I know that no matter what, it's not going to keep you from loving me. And you're going to respect me. Dad, you definitely shaped my sense of humor. You're always, even in the wrong moments, cracking a joke. And just the fact that you can be yourself no matter what, I'm so grateful for, because it's helped me be that kind of person. No matter what, you have this unwavering sense of, this is who I am, and you've helped me be that confident person. So thank you for that. Betsy, I really love that nobody can tell we're related. Because it means that everything that we have, all the inside jokes, the secret bond, our love for Dr. Pepper is something special between us that nobody else gets to know about or understand, because it's between you and me. Kiri, it's hard to describe you. I love you guys, I really do. For all 18 years of my life, I know that you've really done everything that you can to help me out and make my life easier, even when it made your life harder. All the times that you stuck with me, I know that some of the times it's because you didn't have a choice, but most of the time it's because you really believed in me and you wanted to see me succeed. And you're one of the few people that I will allow to prove me wrong. And I love you. And Uncle, you just kind of exploded into my life in recent years. And I really can't imagine my life without you there. And when you realized I had this passion for music, you were like, okay, voice lessons, I'm gonna make sure it happens. And then you sat there and you tried to explain music theory to me, even though I had no idea what you were talking about. But since the moment you've really been there. You've just been nothing but generous and loving. And like Maya said it earlier today, you're kind of adult me, and I really want that to be true because you're just so great. And Drew, you're the only man I ever thought was good enough for Betsy. And thank you for helping me with math. Linda, for 4 years, you have done everything you can to support me and anyone who needed it. Thank you for always being there. Sheila, you always make me feel like I'm family, even when I'm not technically your mentor. You're just like, you're my child. Hey, what's up? Here's the gift. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I want to thank JC and Mayada because you never left my side, even when you had better options. And I love you so much. Thank you.
I'm not gonna cry. Mom, thanks for always being there for me and for making me happy and for making me something yummy when I need it. From giving me a hug to telling me I'm gonna make it and that I'm gonna graduate. Thanks for everything you did. I love you. Dad, thanks for pushing me to make it to where I am now. I know you joke about me moving all my stuff onto the lawn on Monday after graduation, but I'm sure I'll move out so fast you might miss me a little. Thanks for shaping my sense of humor. It's just about as dark as yours, maybe even darker. Audrey. Yeah, I see you. Even though you're a little crack, I still love you. I'm gonna miss scrolling through TikTok with you. I'm so proud that you made it to high school. Don't forget to live on the March legacy and play bells for Mrs. Rogers and give Lukens a hard time every once in a while. And to all the boys, just because I'm moving out does not mean I'm gonna stop looking out for her, so you better watch yourselves. Annie, thanks for being the best girlfriend I could ask for. From when we met freshman year to graduation, you were always there to give me hope and motivation to carry on. I love you so much. Mr. Lukens, I know you had the privilege of seeing me more this year, twice as much. Thanks for your willingness to help me through this year and making sure I make it to graduation. Don't worry, Audrey's a little bit nicer than I am, so. Jason, Rachel, Trent, Grandma, and Grandpa, thanks for traveling great distances to be here with me this weekend. I love you all.
He broke me. Oh my gosh, I'm an easy crier, guys. Why not? Okay. I can't read with these, actually. I might stutter a little bit. I hate reading out loud. Mr. Lukens knows this. But let's start. I want to start with my parents because they're the people that made this graduation possible. But as you all know, they're Mexican. They speak Spanish, so I'm going to speak in Spanish to them so they can understand perfectly. Oh. Can't do this. Okay. Queridos padres. Wow. Gracias por todo lo que han hecho para mí. Papá, tú has trabajado y me has dado muchísimo todos estos años. Usted fuiste la persona que encontró esta escuela hace 4 o 5 años y que hizo mi vida mucho mejor que pensé que iba a pasar allá en Washington. Muchísimas gracias por eso. Nos trajiste aquí para una vida mejor y creo que eso fue un milagro de Dios. Usted trabaja muchísimo manteniéndonos y mandándome aquí por ya 4 años. Y cuando pido un poquito de dinerito siempre me lo das, sin preocupación, porque sabes que Dios está cuidando de nosotros y proveendo. Siempre trabajas muy tarde por la noche, llegas muy tarde, pero siempre estás dispuesto para levantarte bien tempranito cada día. Todo para nosotros. Mamá, a lo mejor más importante, hace muchísimos años cuando estabas embarazada de mí, tú sentiste a Dios jalándote a una vida cristiana y sin ti a lo mejor no estuviéramos aquí en una escuela adventista. Gracias por siempre estando ahí por mí mentalmente, diciéndome que puedo hacerlo y enseñándome cómo enseñar mis sentimientos a ti y compartiendo los llantos y las sonrisas contigo. Lo hice, ama, lo hice. Oh, I'm back to English. I want to thank my second parents, Mama Jamie and Dale. Thank you guys so much for always being there for me, for providing a second home so that I could go there every single Saturday. Not only did you raise my amazing boyfriend, but you also put me into your own lives, embracing me every single day when I needed it. For the first 3 years of high school, when I was in the dormitory, it was really hard sometimes, just being there all the time with so many people who I love very much. But sometimes you just need to get away. Thank you for providing meat. I adore that. Thank you so much. But I adore it even more this year because even though I was village and I didn't need it specifically, you guys were always there with your arms spread open to receive me every single time I wanted to come. It did take me a little tiny bit of time to get used to Dale's jokes. But I know that it was all for laughs. And thank you for taking me on your adventures. I want to thank Linda because not only was she here for me for the first 3 years of my high school career, she was also there for me this year, being my senior project supervisor. And even though she left, she was still there, willing to be there for me, and always checking up on me and encouraging me and pushing me through things. Oh. I want to thank Mrs. Harris. I see you, Mrs. Harris. Hi. And Mrs. Rogers for always being there for me. And I want to thank Levi too, because even though he wasn't here last year, he was always supporting me. He was always calling me and saying, hey, how are you doing? I just want to check up on you. Especially this year when he came back for me. Even though it was hard because he took 2 English classes. One is hard enough. One is really hard enough. But he came here just to be with me. And I want to thank Claire too. And Hannah. And Mayada and Brianna. And JC. And Sushan. And Eleni. For always being there for me. Both in the dormitory and just in classes. You guys make my day.
There's a lot of people that I'd like to thank individually, but I'm just going to say thank you to everyone who has supported me and who has been there for me throughout my 4 years in my entire life. Especially my Papa and my uncle. For being my father figures throughout my life, and for always being there to protect me and guide me through whatever. I also want to thank all of my friends I have made over the years. Your guys' friendship has meant so much to me, and I don't think I would have been able to get through these 4 years without all of you amazing people.
Thank you for all the fun we've had and for all the moments I will cherish. You all mean the world to me, and I will never forget you. I love you guys. Mama, I love you so much. The things I want to thank you for are endless, and to thank you isn't enough for all that you have done for me. But here are just a few of the many. Thank you for being my rock. Thank you for all the sacrifices you have made for me, no matter what it took. Thank you for always caring for me and making sure I got everything I wanted and needed. Thank you for always being there and for being the one I could count on no matter what. Thank you for looking out for me even when I didn't think I needed it, and for always being there to catch me when I fell. Thank you for laughing with me, even though I knew at times that you were also laughing at me. Thank you for the support you continuously give me every single day. Thank you for sticking up for me, for encouraging me, for believing in me, and for letting me know that you never expected more than the best I could do. Thank you for giving me discipline, strength, and courage to face life, for teaching me to be the strong woman I am today. God truly blessed me with you and our family. Thank you for always being there, and there are not enough words I can say to describe how important and how grateful and thankful I am for everything you have done for me. I am the woman I am today because of you, and I want to say again how grateful I am for a mother and a best friend like you. Thank you for everything.
I want to thank Steve and Sheila and Michael. Because of you guys taught me Taekwondo, and I can take the third black belt test tomorrow. And I want to thank for Mrs. King and Mr. King and Mr. Schaffner and Mrs. Schaffner. I also want to thank Mrs. Rogers for teaching me piano. You helped me learn how to play beautiful songs, and like the one I played this morning. I want to thank Mrs. Schumacher and Mr. Schumacher. You guys helped me a lot during my first year in MEA. You guys, just like my mom and dad, took care of me. When I was really sad and when I was homesick, you guys were there for me the whole time. Thank you all for teaching me American culture, English, and also for all of your support. I really love you guys, and I will miss you guys very much. Thank you.
I don't really like talking a lot, so we'll see. I think I want to go a little bit backwards, so if I get emotional, it goes at the end. So first, I want to thank Brooke and Ollie, because sometimes I would just walk out of the hallway and I would see Ollie, and I would hear meow, and he would just be chilling there. And I would be like, whoa, and sometimes I would just kind of be sad, and I see him, I'm just, whoa, it's a cat. This is so cool. I'm happy now. So thank you very much. And I want to thank Jonathan too, because like this year during my senior project, I had to write some papers, and like he helped me like edit them and stuff. And like I could have failed if not he didn't help me and stuff. Yeah. And I want to thank John, because freshman year, I probably would have failed English without him. I was like always getting help, like every day. I needed a lot of help from John. And also, I would like to thank mi tío abuelo, Dr. Barreto, for coming all the way from Mexico. Muchas gracias por siempre llevarme a comer en la mejor comida en toda la ciudad, cualquier ciudad que vamos, la mejor comida. Y muchas gracias por venir desde México. I want to thank my brother, because when I first came here, I felt kind of an outsider, but my brother was here, and I could always go hang out with him. Thank you very much. I felt kind of a little bit lonely after you left. I was here. And I want to thank the rest of my family that has come. And I want to thank the coolest anesthesiologist in the world, because she rolls up to her nephew's graduation in the biggest motorcycle anyone's ever seen. And I want to thank my dad, because without you teaching me how to organize my room and my life, I definitely would not have been able to pass any year here. Like, I wouldn't have gotten any homework done at all, 0%. So thank you so much. And I want to thank both of my parents for giving me the opportunity to come to Mount Ellis, so far away from Africa. Because like you guys could have said, no, you have to go to a place that's closer to us there. But you guys were okay with me coming all the way here. 2 days by plane to get here. And I want to thank very much my mom, because I think I would not be a young man without her. I would still be a little boy. You taught me how to be a man, I think. Thank you so much. I love you, Mom. Thank you.
It's being the last one because you're already emotional, you know, from hearing everyone else. So I'm going to try not to cry, but we'll see. First and foremost, I have to thank God, because none of this would be possible without him. All the great people in my life, just me being able to graduate, everything. So first of all, I need to thank God, so thank you. Second of all, I wish I could go through and thank every teacher personally, because you have all, every single one of you, impacted my life greatly, and I am so thankful for that. Every day spent here, I only have been here for like a year and a half, but I feel like I'm part of the family thanks to you guys. So thank you to all the teachers on a personal level. Okay. Where would any of us be without the support and love of our family and friends? And here today, I'd like to personally thank my good friend Danny and Hannah for being here today. I know you guys traveled a long way to get here, some more than others, but yeah. And for my family who drove a great distance of 12 hours just to be here tonight, it wouldn't be the same without you guys. So thank you. I'm going to switch to Spanish really quick, just for a short thing. ¿Qué seríamos sin el amor y apoyo de los amigos y familia?
Por eso estoy tan agradecida de tener una familia como ustedes que estuvieron dispuestos a manejar 12 horas para estar aquí este fin de semana por mí. Les agradezco mucho. No sería lo mismo sin ustedes. Los amo con todo mi corazón. Boo boo, I don't want to cry, so I'm going to try to go through this fast. I thank God every day for giving me. I thank God every day for giving me a little sister like you. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I ever wanted. You're everything I ever need. You are so beautiful to me. It's The Little Rascals, in case you didn't know what movie. But seriously, I love you, and I'm gonna definitely miss you the most. Don't tell Mom and Dad. You also really are my bestest friend and partner in crime. Thank you for tag teaming when we did to sneak snacks and ice cream behind Mom and Dad's back. Thank you for staying up late all those nights, also behind Mom and Dad's back, to talk about the randomest things, and for laughing in the middle of the night like crazy people for no reason. Thank you for all the favors you did for me, getting my towel when I forget in the shower, or taking Precious out when it was my turn, or making me unexpected plates of food or desserts, or those amazing ice cream milkshakes that I'm really gonna miss. Thanks for all the inside jokes, laughs, wrestling matches, tickle fights, spy Barbie games, dance battles, and so much more that I don't have time to name off. You're my greatest companion and bestest roommate I could ever ask for. So how about you just skip a couple grades and over summer school just come to college with me? No, but seriously, I don't know how I'm gonna make it without you. We've never been separated for more than like a week, and it's gonna be really, really hard. So don't forget to call and text me, like all the time. I love you so much, Boo Boo. Thanks for everything. You're the best sister in the world. Dad, I know you're super busy all the time, but I wanted to thank you for always being there when it mattered most. Thanks for never missing a birthday and being almost to every sports game I ever played in. Thank you for teaching me how to sing and draw and photograph and many of my other most meaningful hobbies. Thank you for all the deep and meaningful discussions we would have when you could have been working on notes for a board meeting or something. Thank you for all those special dates that taught me what to look for and value in a real gentleman. Thank you for being a spiritual leader in our household, for always being available to answer my silly Bible questions no matter what you were busy with. And thank you both, Mom and Dad, for teaching me to love and fear God. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Mommy, I don't know where to begin. I don't have enough time, so I'll try to keep it short. First of all, I wanted to thank you for giving birth to me, because that in itself is a big enough task. And not to mention raising me and taking the time to prepare lunches, braiding my hair, tucking me in, taking me to all my sports games, helping me with homework, and so much more. Thanks to you, I've developed a love for sports, and I'm so thankful. Thank you for all the school projects you helped me with and the costumes made for various spirit weeks and events. Thank you for being a beautiful, strong, wise, and independent role model for me to follow and be the young lady I am today. But most of all, I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being my best friend. It hasn't always been easy, and I know at times I've been a real pain. but you've been patient and stuck with me despite all we've been through. Thank you for loving me more than I will ever fully understand and showing me a glimpse of what God's love is really like. I love you so, so much, and I couldn't ask for a better mother because I already have the best one in the world. Yeah, I know it's biased, but it's still true. Thank you.
Hi. Growing up, I never had to be worried about not having friends because I was very fortunate to have a big family. My mom and dad, of course, and my siblings, Christina, Jasmine. Maya and Elijah. I'll start it with you, Mom. Anyone who is a parent or has kids, even if it's just one, knows how difficult it is to take care and raise them. I mean, I don't know if I can get through this all. So you can imagine how difficult it was raising 5 kids. 2 of them which are twins. And man, they got nasty. It wasn't easy. When we moved to Montana, my parents eventually found Mount Ellis and decided to send my oldest sister, Christina, there. Thus beginning the long drives back and forth from Livingston to Montana and back again. It's about a half-an-hour drive. And if you go on road trips with your kids, you can imagine how many arguments and fights they get into. There's a name calling, crossing the line, looking at someone. That was my favorite to annoy my siblings. One time my mom got so mad at us, she made us walk the rest of the way home. Just kidding, she didn't do that. Too long of a walk. So thank you, Mom, for driving all those hours. Sorry. And thank you for putting up with us in our lesson in righteous behavior. In high school, I got involved with some things, mainly basketball and soccer. In basketball and soccer, you have to practice, and sometimes it can get pretty late. So thank you for picking me up from those late practices and driving me all the way home. So I eventually got my own license, and the schedule changed, so the basketball practices were even later. So when I got home, I was surprised to see my mom waiting there for me. I get this from my mom. She stayed up late for me, waiting for me to get back home, making sure I was okay. And I never told you, but I really appreciate that. I also appreciate you always coming to my games when you could. Before I started the game, I always looked in the stands or the bleachers to see if my family was there. And when I saw my mom, it always inspired me to play harder and just do whatever I could to impress her and the rest of my family that was there. So, Mom, I appreciate going to my games, my soccer games and my basketball games. That means a lot to me. So, thank you so much for all the sacrifices you made to put me here in this position. I love you, and I always will. Dad, I have a lot of respect for you. You didn't come from the most stable of households, but we were able to find God and become the man and great father you have been and are today. I remember we were having worship one evening, and I couldn't remember what you did, but you embarrassed me in front of Mom and all my siblings. I was really mad at you and decided that I would not talk to you or look at you. I don't know how long I kept this up for, but I remember you coming in my room and apologizing to me for what you did. You also told me the words that I still remember today and won't forget. I can't remember the whole conversation, but I do remember these. You said, "Isaac, let it go." From that moment on, it was always hard for me to hold a grudge or be mad at people for a very long time. Because in the end, it probably hurts you more than the person you're holding a grudge or mad at. You may not have realized it, but you taught me that lesson, and I thank you for that. Growing up, I've always been amazed at how humble you can be. Whenever you made a mistake or got mad at us, my dad is a Persian, so he can have a temper. So whenever you got mad at us or ever stepped your boundaries, you always came later and hugged us and apologized for what you did and said that you were sorry. When I make mistakes or stuff, it's hard for me to, find my pride and say what I did wrong and apologize. So when you always did that, it taught me a lesson that I should do that too, and I'm thankful for that. It meant a lot to me. This year, my senior year, it hasn't been the easiest one for many reasons. I've done things and I've regretted things that I'm ashamed of, I'm not proud of, and that are reckless sometimes. I think a week ago, Pastor Jim was talking about the prodigal son. And to be honest, there are many times where I felt similar to him. In a nutshell, I've done some foolish things, but you've always found a way to show that you still loved me, that you were proud of me. And nothing could ever change that. Thank you, Dad, so much for doing that, for always believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Thank you for stressing the importance of having a relationship with God. Dad, thank you for everything that you've done for me and all the sacrifices that you made. I'm not the first one you sent through in Adventist high school, which can be pricey. You've also sent my oldest sister, Christina, and my two sisters, Jasmine and Maya. And you also sent light to the middle school here as well. I really appreciate that. All right, to my sister, Christina. You're my oldest sister, and in some ways, you're like another mother to me. When you're looking at the pictures of us when we were younger, you could always find you holding at least one of us. We give you a hard time for being a mother, but I want you to know that we appreciate it. I wrote the rest on my phone. You always found time for us, whether that was with helping us with school projects or just hanging out with us. I admire how stubborn and hardworking you are. When you want something to happen, you make it happen. For example, if someone takes an embarrassing picture of you and threatens to post it on social media, you will make that not happen. You do whatever it takes, and I mean, she does whatever she takes. Whenever we need help on something, or need something, you're always there and you always try to get it done. Christina, thank you for everything that you've done for my siblings and I love you. Jasmine. Jasmine is a twin. My Jasmine. And she's the older one. And she reminds Maya all the time by 6 minutes. When Christina went off to college, you were kind of like the next person to fill in that gap as the oldest sister. I appreciate everything you've done for me. All the conversations and times I've picked on you and stuff. Thank you for putting up with me. I really appreciate it. Maya, the younger twin. I also really appreciate you and all the conversations and times we had together. Words cannot express what you mean to me, you and Jasmine. Growing up, I didn't have to be worried about not having friends or anything, because I know I always had you. Thanks for being there for me. Elijah, I know I haven't been the best older brother, but I appreciate you putting up with me, and letting me drive you places, even though you were probably kind of scared. But yeah. Grandma Donna. You used to live with us downstairs, and I remember when I was younger, along with my brother, we would go down to your place, and we would spend the night. I remember you always reading stories to us to put us to bed, and I really appreciate that. I love you. Grandpa Ray. You live here now, but you used to live in California, and you'd always fly and come visit us for Christmas break. I enjoy you coming over and spending time with us, and teaching me a thing or two about backgammon. Grandma Sylvia. You know that stereotypical grandma where like you go to her house and then you leave like 20 pounds heavier? Well, that's what she was for me. When I was younger, I went through like a lot of stages. Like sometimes I'd be pretty chubby, and sometimes I'd be like pretty skinny. And she'd always be like, when I was skinny, she'd be like, man, you need to eat more. And I like, Rosemary, do you feed this kid? And she would always offer me something. When I was a little chubbier, she would always be like, Isaac, you don't show me. Yeah. So, thank you for always, just always being there, and always offering food and other stuff, and being a great grandma. I love you. Grandpa. You spent most of your life in Texas and California. That's probably why I like the Dallas Cowboys, go Cowboys, and the San Francisco Giants. And you also you got me into like comics and superheroes and stuff, Marvel and DC. I remember like when I was younger. So you lived in California. When you and Grandma moved up here, I think like 5 years or 6 years or so, when we came here. And I remember going to your house with my siblings, and like you'd always have like a cartoon or like a superhero, and you would let us pick out movies. And I always remember I'd either pick out Star Wars or like superhero movies, and my siblings would not be happy with me. So thank you for giving me a passion for sports. And teams to root for. But unfortunately, you're a Golden State Warriors fan, and you did not get to me through that. I ended up liking LeBron James and the teams he played for. But he does play a team for in California, so maybe that. Uncle Aaron and Aunt Denise, I appreciate you guys and always opening up your house to me. You live on campus, and whenever there was late nights or just the weather was bad or anything, you'd always offer your house to me. So I appreciate that. I thank you, and I love both of you. Amanda, for freshman year, you were the girls' assistant dean here, and before Uncle Aaron and Aunt Denise lived here, you're the one always to open up your apartment to my sisters and I. I remember one time we had like a basketball practice like early in the morning, and you let me spend the night at your apartment. I appreciate that. And a little more than I like to admit, I miss you when you went to Walla Walla, and I appreciate all the times you come down and visit our family. Justin, I don't have an older brother. But if I were to have an older brother, or if someone were to fill that role, it would be you. I appreciate that, and thank you. Whew. Almost done. Sorry. Okay. Friends. Derek. I think we have been friends the longest. Goes back to I think first grade or second or something like that. But I remember coming to the elementary, and I think Torvey Wilkins was there too, and we created the Punch Brothers Club. So so thank you for being my Punch brother through all these years. I appreciate your friendship. Okay, I don't think he's here today, but Caleb. Our friendship has probably lasted the second longest. I appreciate your friendship and all the moments and memories we had. I enjoyed playing basketball with you. I'm going to miss playing with you. So, thank you for your friendship. I appreciate it. Kyle. Kyle came in middle school, I think my 7th grade, my 7th grade year. He was a lot shorter then. I'm not at first encounters and stuff, I'm not like the friendliest person. Like, it takes me a while to warm up to you. So like, right off the bat, like Kyle and I weren't like very good friends, but through the years, like I got to know him. I appreciate your friendship, and also enjoy playing basketball with you. I better see you throw down a dunk next year. Levi, you came. I can't remember, but you came for camp meeting like once or twice because you're related to Kyle. You came down a couple times, and I thought you were kind of weird at first. No, just kidding. So yeah, and then I didn't have many friends. My freshman year, our whole class, like, we're all pretty new to each other. But I knew Levi prior to that because he came for camp meeting and stuff. So I hung out with you a lot during our first outdoor school, and I really appreciate your friendship and all the shenanigans you pull in class and whatnot. So thank you, I appreciate you. And I'd like to thank the staff. You guys are very caring staff, and I appreciate you guys. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
So I'm supposed to come up here and make everybody happy now. Well, we made it, guys. We shared a lot of memories together, and I'm here to help jog our memories and bring up some of those memories. So I'm going to kick it off with something a little more recent. We started off the year with senior survival. We got a new senior this year. Saul Hernandez was added to our class.
Wait. Sorry. I'm sorry. In me being super emotional, I forgot a very important person in my life. I don't know if she's here right now. Where'd she go? Okay, someone go get her. Sorry, Levi. Okay, I'll let Levi speak till she gets here.
Okay, as I was saying, Saul was added to our class. So we're all on the bus going to senior survival, and he has this bright idea that he's going to make a bet. Now, if you haven't met the class before, you probably would not have made a bet because there are some stubborn individuals. Hannah Fisher. So he made a bet that if you put your middle fingers together, it's impossible to take your ring fingers, this one, apart, which I can't do it. Hannah, almost 3 minutes later, says, I did it. He's like, no, you didn't. Let me see. She shows him. Long story short, Saul owes Hannah $100 still. Even if she couldn't have pulled it off in the 3 minutes, I'm sure she would have figured it out in the entire week we were there. There was the time that the seniors all fell off the stage at graduation. So at Senior Survival, it was after summer vacation. So during the summer, a lot of us eat a lot of burgers and meat and delicious things. And now we were eating veggie meat. Mrs. Farrow, you were a fantastic cook, thank you. But meat is also fantastic. So the guys were like, hey, what we should do, we should take out one of the cows that are running around and we can make burgers. Mr. Schaffner shot that idea down pretty quick. We never harvested any cows. Another one related to food, Mr. Harris, I believe it was, came and he showed us edible foods that we can find in the wild. And he held up some gooseberries and he's like, does anybody know what these are? Ryan Linkshite shot his hand up and goes, oh, those are dingleberries. No, Ryan, those are not dingleberries. Let's see here. Sophomore year in biology, as you saw from the last experience, Ryan Linkshite isn't the brightest, and neither am I. I barely made it. In biology, one of the biggest projects of the year, me and Ryan got put with JC Weekend. Let's just say she was trying to find the best place to bury 2 teenage boy bodies on the campus. We tried our best, but she gave us some angry eyes throughout that project. Let's see here. Freshman PE with a certain PE teacher, smile. We used to hide Lucan's trackpad and keyboard. That was always fun. He'd try and find it in drawers and stuff. He'd get so mad. Let's see here. Senior trip. We had some exciting stuff go down at senior trip. So we all decided to go paintballing. And a few individuals who will remain nameless decided that they didn't want to go. So they stayed with a staff member who will also remain nameless. They decided that they were going to go canoeing out on the lake. Well, their canoe began to fill with water, and apparently it was a big ordeal, and they almost swam back. Another one was we all went and watched a movie at the mall. And a couple individuals who will remain nameless decided to go back early with a staff member who will remain nameless. No, it wasn't just you, it was Hannah and some other people. So the staff member who will remain nameless parked the truck that was not in a parking place, and Mr. T had to come pull it out. So that was exciting. Let's see here. Another one at Senior Survival. Mr. Schwartz showed us all how to use bear spray. So he's all, okay, now you guys know how to go use it. Now if you want to come over here with me, unfortunately upwind, it's old bear spray, so it shouldn't smell too bad. We're going to shoot some off. The rest of us who weren't too interested in that decided to play hacky sack downwind. And about 5 minutes later, we're all coughing. We're trying to figure out why. Our eyes are watering. Our eyes are turning red. We can't breathe. And Mr. Schwartz is like, ha! I'm killing the senior class. So that ended pretty quickly. At senior trip, Isaac Nazari, I'm convinced he had whooping cough, but he thinks otherwise because after we came back, the entire school got whooping cough, and it was a difficult week. But he was coughing very, very hard the entire trip, and I'm pretty sure he infected all of the seniors. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you guys for all the memories. We made it, and I hope we come back for Alumni Weekend and share some more of the memories we shared together. Thank you.
Wait, before you do your thing. Right. All right, so, me being emotional, I left out someone I cared about a lot. It's kind of a random fact. So when I was in middle school, I think 5th grade, we were supposed to do like these reports on other countries and stuff, and I chose Brazil. And this was in 5th grade, and so I chose Brazil, and like I drew a map of it, and I did write my report, and I totally forgot about it. And I came back, or I was at my house one time, and like I think I was away for something, and my girlfriend Ellis was at my house, and I think she was like, I don't know why, but she was like cleaning out my room or something, and and she found. All right, okay. She found this map of Brazil I drew when I was in 5th grade, and it's just kind of weird to think about how things end up. But anyways, I met Ellis my sophomore year in high school. She was a senior, so quite the charmer. But anyways, we've been dating for 2.5 years. I'm proud of myself for remembering that. I really appreciate you and the things I've been able to learn. I'm not the best communicator, and she helped me realize that. I also have a hard time opening up to people and being vulnerable, but she helped me realize that it's not a bad thing, and when you do that, you're able to grow in your relationship. Our first summer was like pretty tough because she went back to Brazil, and like I wasn't able to see her at all. So we called a lot, and we FaceTimed a lot, and made it happen. So Ellis, I appreciate you and all the journeys we've been through. When I was in high school with her, like I don't think I appreciated enough the time we had together because I was able to see her like every day. But when she went to college, like it was kind of hard to see her. Like we were both pretty busy, she had, college and stuff. So we made a priority to see each other on weekends. So I appreciate everything. I'm so blessed to have met you, and you've taught me a lot, and I look forward to continuing this relationship. I love you.
Isaac, are you done? You've seen the heart of this class here. Parents, I want to thank you for investing your money, your time, your children here at Mount Ellis here in the last 4 years. They are a pretty special class. We've enjoyed them, but as when you hear them talk about you, as a teacher, sometimes, the 4 years you think they're ours, but they're not. You look at how much they reflect their parents. You have put a ton of time into their lives, and they're pretty special. Last week we got to sit in on some senior projects, and as I'm sitting there listening to these amazing projects, I'm just impressed by the talent in this group here. They are an extremely talented group. And, one person here, JC, did a bell solo with bells scattered up and down the table. One person, bells. Saul wired the barn with lights. Mayada did the sign language and taught kids sign language, and it was beautiful. Annie, she did all these hairstyles, and I'm watching this here, and I'm thinking, I couldn't even do my daughter's hair. I couldn't even put it in the rubber bands around her hair. Eleni did this promo video that is just stunning. Hannah did, 680 some songs that she filed away for the music department. Sujang, you heard her this morning, but she did piano concerts. Levi did diamond coat countertops over there in the Sabbath school room that are stunning. You have to go over there and see them. Brianna wrote an amazing devotional. Isaac List built birdhouses. Maybe you saw one out there. Isaac Nazari organized a study center in the library. Josh did Principles of Flight. Did I miss somebody? I think I got everybody right. Oh, and Claire. Claire. Yeah. Claire did this thing with animals and reading in the classroom. You guys are an amazing class. And you guys have worked hard for 4 years. And what I have here is some recognition for some of the work, only a fraction of the work that you guys have done. And these represent the awards that the universities, not Walla will be tomorrow, but some of the awards from other universities out there. So the first one here is for Union. And the first award here for $28,000 in academic merit scholarship goes to Saul Hernandez. The next one for $24,000 goes to Mayada. This one goes to somebody who's not on the stage, but it has been a part of this class. For $44,000, Kendra. Next one's for $85,000. JC. But that's not the only university. For $24,000 from Andrews University, Mayada. For $32,000, Saul. For $32,000, Eleni. Hannah Fisher, $40,000. And for $56,000, JC. This is from Southern University for $10,000, Hannah Fisher. For $10,000, Saul Hernandez. $10,000, Levi March. $10,000, Isaac Nazari. $18,000, Eleni. $10,000, Brianna. And for $10,000, Mayada. The last one that we want to present comes from the North Pacific Union. This is one that is voted on by the staff. And I'll tell you, after you saw the heart of these kids up here, choosing the Caring Heart Award was not easy. This award goes to someone that demonstrated leadership and personal commitment to witnessing and service activities. It comes along with a $500 scholarship to any of the universities that this person chooses to go to. It also could be used for a mission trip as well. It comes along with, there's a plaque, a Bible, and a certificate here. We thought long and hard about this one here, but Eleni, your service, your heart for this school here, the teachers felt that you were very deserving of this award. Thank you so much.
What are we going to talk about today? I don't remember. It's like we're going senile. That was shallow.
먼저 온 인류의 창조주이신 주님께 감사기도 드립니다. 우리 수정이가 부모 품을 떠나 머나먼 미국 땅에서 고등학교 3년 동안 공부하고 졸업하게 된 것은 주님의 은혜와 많은 보살핌과 지지를 아낌없이 해주신 목사님과 선생님들 그리고 친구들의 응원이 있었기 때문이라고 생각합니다. 저의 딸 수정이는 어려서 외할머니 도움을 받아 예의가 바르고 예쁘게 자랐습니다. 여기 사진은 수정이가 성장 과정을 찍은 것입니다. 수정이는 많은 역경과 고난을 겪으면서 대견하게 잘 견뎌낸 자랑스러운 제 딸입니다. 타국에서 언어적 어려움이 많이 있어도 잘 참고 견디어 오늘에 이르게 되었습니다. 내 딸 수정아, 졸업을 진심으로 축하한다. 그리고 사랑한다. 수정아, 빌립보서 4장 13절인 내게 능력 주시는 자 안에서 내가 모든 것을 할 수 있느니라 하신 말씀을 가슴에 꼭 새기길 바란다. 우리 수정이가 여기까지 올 수 있도록 도와주시고 보살펴 주신 여러분께 다시 한번 진심으로 머리 숙여 감사드립니다. 5월의 수정이 엄마가
You always hear people say, until you have your own kids, you just won't get it. I believe that about as much as when they said, you'll slow down after your 5th speeding ticket. On this one, however, they were right. I truly had no idea of what love was until I met you. I love you more than words can say. I had no idea what a massive blessing was your birthday. My dear Claire Bear, from the moment I found out I was going to be a mother, I knew life would never be the same, and nor would I want it to. What I didn't expect was to be blessed so immensely with a child like you. I'm still not sure what I did to deserve that. I'm so proud to watch as you have grown into a caring, kind, honest, humble, gentle, strong, and exceptional human. There have been many times when life has tried to knock you down, but you refused to stay there. It was this tenacity that doctors and myself alike believe powered you through the significant medical obstacles you have faced and overcome. Many here probably don't know that because you do not like to speak about it, but I see it as one of your many strengths and successes in which the odds were stacked against you. But you never let a little thing like odds nor statistics influence you. It has been my privilege to watch you mature into the outstanding young woman you are now. No matter what obstacles you face, you successfully navigate them with ever-present grace, kindness, and class, attributes any parent can only hope and pray that a child fosters. Before you were born, I dreamed about the young woman you would become. You have exceeded my best dreams. Never stop chasing yours. I'll always be here as your biggest fan, your loudest cheerleader, a soft place to land when you fall, and a companion in celebrating your successes. I am so proud, so amazed, so humbled by you. My greatest privilege and blessing in this life is being your mom. May today there be peace within. May you trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith in yourself and others. May you use the gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content with yourself just the way you are. Let this knowledge settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. Love you to the moon, forever and always. Stay classy and sassy. Love you. No.
Dearest Hannah, first off, your mom and I love you very, very much. We are so very proud of you and all the hard work that has gone into the past school years, such as keeping your grades up and finishing strong, that awesome school play, all the hard work that has finally paid off, and graduation day is finally here now. I know that you have been a blessing to those around you as well as a blessing to your family. Hannah, I believe in you. You are an awesome young lady and an inspiration to me as well as a hard worker. I believe that anything that you choose to set your mind to do will be successful. Just remember, with God, all things are possible. You have a wonderful, creative mind. I'm thinking of the bucket song that you made up, and then there was the time that you dressed up Grandpa like an old gypsy lady, and then there was the time you got stuck in the clothes hamper looking like a little midget with only your legs and your arms sticking out. You have a big heart, one of the biggest. You care very much about people in your world, and you have the most wonderful hugs that last longer than 20 seconds. Everyone that knows you can attest to that fact. I'm one of your greatest fans, and I will always be in your corner every step of the way. Love, your dad.
Estas palabras son para mi hijo Saúl. Mi hijo Saúl, desde que nació, ha sido un regalo de Dios. Sobre todo porque él es algo especial para mí. Desde pequeño hasta el día de hoy ha sido un niño obediente en todo. A Saúl le gusta ayudar a otras personas, le gusta ayudar a su mamá, sobre todo tiene un corazón bondadoso y por eso lo hace especial. Sí, Saúl, tú eres así, bondadoso, ayudador y sobre todo te preocupas por los demás. Por eso, mi hijo, eres especial y siempre vas a estar en mi corazón y siempre, siempre, óyelo bien, podría ayudarte en todo, pero sobre todo, primeramente, doy gracias a ese Dios tan maravilloso que me dio un hijo como tú. Y me siento orgullosa de ti, hijo, porque tú has sobresalido en todo y si tienes una barrera, tú sabes brincar esa barrera. Tú sabes hacer las cosas, porque a ti no te gusta rendirte, sino te gusta sobresalir. Y eso, a mí me siento orgullosa de ti. Gracias a ese Dios grande y maravilloso que me dio este hijo y que por nombre me dijo cómo ponerle, Saúl, porque tu nombre es grande, hijo, y te amo con todo mi corazón.
Well, Isaac, you did it. You finally finished high school. You know, it's been a rough go of it, but you know what? You made it. And we're very proud of you. You've made it through all kinds of adversities through the years, but the biggest one was getting over your fears of not being able to do it. And you know what? You did it. Congratulations. I want to thank you for being a great kid. You're loving, you're kind, and you're always wanting to do your best. but most of all, I'm proud of you. To say you are a true follower of Christ. You have a special gift of wanting to always help others before you help yourself. Keep that. Keep that up. Keep up the faith that you have in Jesus, and always put him first. Keep up the good work. Keep praying. Keep loving Jesus. Keep trusting Jesus. And keep believing in yourself. Love, Mom and Dad.
Little man Levi.
Seems like only a few short years ago that this kid was trying to figure out how to put your car seat in the car for about 4 hours, and your mom was saying,
"We better get to the hospital before this becomes a home birth."
well, that was just the beginning of things that we needed to figure out.
And when we look back, we're still not sure what we have figured out.
But when we look at you, though, we realize we must have went right somewhere. I mean, look at your twisted sense of humor, and you are a Raiders fan. Yeah, we must have done all right.
But for real, we are so proud of you and the kind, caring person you have become. Yes, even to your sister.
I hope you've learned one thing from me, at least. That with God and a good woman by your side,
like Annie,
you can do anything. We love you so much. Love, Dad.
And Mom.
Go Raiders.
Hi, Butt Muffin. Congratulations on making it through high school. Thanks for everything you've done for me. I still love you even though you go for the Raiders. And deep down, you know Seahawks are better. Still, you're the best brother I could ask for. Love you.
Dear Isaac, eventually we knew this day would come, but it just seems like yesterday that we were cradling you in our arms and looking forward to the future. How time flies. Watching you grow up over the years has been a supreme joy. Your simple, straightforward look at life and its many hurdles has had a frustrating, calming, and teaching effect on both your mother and I. We'll never forget the time you stayed in the car from the time we got to church until after Sabbath school was over. What a panic you had us in as we ran around the church after Sabbath school, knowing that we brought you with us to church, but unable to find you anywhere. Over an hour later, upon finding you still sitting in the car in the church parking lot, the answer to the question, "Why are you still sitting here in the car, son?" was simple, straightforward, and to the point. Everyone left without me. Abandoned. The idea that you were so affected by the fact that everyone could leave without you and that would cause you to sit in the car until you were discovered sunk arrows in my heart. Although we were full of flaws, your mother and I, God will never abandon you. And indeed, we learned a lesson to ensure and ask the question, "Where is Isaac?" often and on a regular basis. I also remember the time you and your sisters saw a family of skunks trailing across our property in a single file line. It seems so natural to run in their direction to get a better look at the skunk family and inspect them more closely. Thank God the command of a parent's voice and the fear it might have conveyed brought everyone to a halt. May the voice of God hold you in your tracks and keep you from the path of danger. From your youth up, son, the calming effect on us comes from a trust in God. My prayer is that you will learn to trust in God as well. The softness and caring you show toward others, son, brings us thanksgiving and gratitude toward God for the work he continues to do in your heart and life. If there were any great words of advice we could give you, it would be to always put God first. You can never go wrong with eyes that are focused on him. Invite God into everything you do in life. Work, relationships, direction, career, individual challenges you face, everything. He offers us the promise of guidance in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. It's a promise that has been claimed by like-minded Christians repeatedly over the years. Make it yours, son. It's a promise he will answer that has been a source of peace and strength for generations. May God continue to richly bless you as you move forward from this point in life. We love you very much, Isaac, and are proud of you.
Mi amor, estoy bien orgullosa de ti. ¡Wow! Ya te aventaste tus 4 años de preparatoria, mi amor. Estoy bien orgullosa de ti. Te deseo de todo corazón que logres todas tus metas que tengas en mente y en tu corazón. Y tú sabes, mi amor, que aquí estoy para apoyarte. Pase lo que pase, mi amor, tú sabes que aquí estoy. Y te deseo lo mejor, mi amor, lo mejor para ti, para tus hermanos. Los amo con todo mi ser, con todo mi corazón. No tengo palabras para decirte lo mucho que te amo. Y que aquí estoy, mi amor, para ti siempre. Aquí estaré con la ayuda de Dios. Te amo, mi amor, y muchas felicidades, muchas felicidades. Yo sé que luchaste para lograr estos 4 años y salir, mi amor, salir de la preparatoria. Te amo.
My dear daughter, it was not too long ago I was getting your cradle ready, and for a moment it was really scary. When you were born, they had to take you away, but I prayed to our merciful God and He allowed you to stay. There are some things you can't fully prepare for, and I feel more scared now than ever before, because you're going far away in search of a career, and I won't be there to wipe down your tears. So I pray again that He will supply all your needs as you spend time with Him on your knees. It doesn't matter how much preparation you can get. In moments like this, you seem to everything forget. Another chapter in your life begins now, and as I see your baby pictures, all I can say is wow. Time for sure has gone by fast, and I surely wish I could go back to the past, but just to keep you a bit longer, so that today I can feel a little stronger. From the moment you were born till now that to college you'll be gone, all the way to Tennessee, where your beautiful face I won't be able to see. Well, won't be able to see every day, 'cause there's always FaceTime, someone may say, but it's not the same. I just pray I won't go insane. There is something though that will remain forever. As for me, it will always belong together. That is our hearts, 'cause there is nothing nor distance that can keep them apart. In this stage of your life, my prayer is that you continue to be wise, so that under any conditions you can make the right decisions. So today, I have yet 2 more words of advice, so that everything in your life turns out to be nice. Love the Lord with all your heart, and from His ways never depart. Baby, you're taking a piece of my life that is making me feel kind of blue. But it's okay, 'cause that piece already belongs to you. I love you, my baby girl. Forever I will.
Ever since you were a little girl, you have always had a loving, kind heart. You didn't like to hurt people's feelings, and you tried to help everyone out. Even though you have been hurt so many times, you are still there for people. I am proud of you for all of your accomplishments, and I am so eager to see where your future will take you. The young woman that you are now has been an inspiration to me more than you will ever know. I always thought that you would learn a lot from me growing up, and in some aspects you have, but the truth is I have learned more from you. You have your whole life ahead of you, and you are already making plans, and the one thing I do know is you will succeed in whatever you choose to do with your life. You are a strong-willed, independent young woman, and you don't back away from a challenge. I am very proud of you, and I love you with all my heart, and I can't wait to see where your future will go.
Oi, Mayara, aqui é o papai. Eu tô muito feliz por você, por esse dia tão especial, o dia da sua formatura aí no Monte Ellis Academy. Na verdade, nós gostaríamos muito de estar aí com você, só que não foi possível. Mas mesmo assim a gente está feliz, porque logo logo você já vai estar aqui de volta com a gente. Parabéns do fundo do meu coração. Que sempre, sempre, sempre você consiga alcançar todos os seus objetivos e todas as suas metas na sua vida. Porque você merece, minha filha. Você é uma guerreira, você é uma lutadora. E o papai tem muito orgulho de você. Um enorme beijo no seu coração, te amo muito.
Oi, filha. Que prazer enorme saber que minha filha está se formando e passou da fase adolescente para a fase adulta. É uma ótima filha, uma pessoa muito especial na minha vida, que é minha amiga, minha companheira. Você é muito especial, você sabe, na minha vida, filha. Eu vou estar aqui olhando você pelo vídeo, porque infelizmente nós não podemos ir, mas estamos felizes por mais essa etapa vencida na tua vida. Que Deus venha te abençoar, te cobrir de bênçãos, de saúde, paz, alegria. Tudo de bom, filha. Você é meu passarinho. Eu sempre te chamava de meu passarinho. E você voou. E você voou para vencer. E Deus te deu mais uma vitória, mais um ano neste lugar. Essa escola que você tanto gosta desse povo, que tanto te agradou também, te acolheu por nós também, cuidou de você. Muito obrigado, Deus. Muito obrigada a você, filha, por ser minha filha. Eu agradeço a Deus por tudo que Ele tem feito por nós. Eu e teu pai estamos mais do que felizes. Você não tem a noção da felicidade e da alegria que nós temos de tê-la como nossa filha. Nós temos orgulho de você. Quando você saiu daqui dizendo que não ia poder pegar o ônibus Vila Gilda de volta, eu comecei a chorar. Aí eu falei, meu Deus, minha filha naquele lugar, perdida. Mas não. Nós vemos que você foi além. Você escalou montanhas, você pulou, você saltou e hoje você está aí. Você venceu. E é só um começo de mais uma etapa vencida na tua vida. Deus te abençoe, filha. Deus esteja com você, segurando nas suas mãos neste dia. Por nós. Porque é o beijo que eu desejava de estar aí do teu lado para te dar, mas Deus vai te dar por mim. E Ele, mais do que ninguém, sabe o quanto que nós te amamos. Deus te abençoe.
Hey Joshua, congratulations on this big achievement in your life. High school graduation, and now it's on to bigger and better things. You've always been a blessing to us, even before when you were made in Mexico and assembled in the United States. We love you through good times and bad times. We don't care what you do, but we just want you to do it well, be honest, and to love the Lord. Happy graduation, Joshua.
Congratulations, Joshua. You're a big boy now and get to do big boy things, like do your taxes. As you move on in the next step of your life, I would like to give you just one piece of advice. Don't take life too seriously. Hardly anyone has made it out alive.
Querido Josué, estamos muy orgullosos de este gran logro que es el terminar tus estudios de high school. Estamos felices y contentos porque has podido salir adelante y recuerda que siempre estamos contigo y apoyándote en todo lo que quieras continuar a realizar en el futuro. Lo importante es que recuerdes que te amamos mucho y que queremos lo mejor para ti. En todo lo que decidas estaremos apoyándote. Sobre todo cuando necesites de nuestros consejos, estaremos ahí para ti. También te recordamos que lo principal es amar a Dios, temer a Dios, ser persona honesta y sobre todo ayudar a tu prójimo en lo que puedas. Esperamos continuar celebrando muchos logros contigo y recuerda, como te dijimos, que te amamos, queremos y te deseamos muchas felicidades en tus logros de graduación. Dios te bendiga.
JC Megan Wiegand. From the moment when you were a tiny walnut and I sat straight up in bed in the middle of the night and announced to your daddy that we were having a baby girl, you have been highly anticipated and adored. Despite an inconclusive ultrasound, no one could convince me that you were not a girl, and we decided on your name right then and there. You were going to be the first grandbaby on all sides of the equation. You have always been so loved. We couldn't wait to meet you. You were born 10 days before my college graduation, and so since you've already survived one senior year of college, your next one should be easy. Most people know you to be somewhat shy and rather quiet, but you did not come out that way. I am almost positive that the only times you weren't talking or singing at the top of your lungs is when you were asleep. One of my favorite memories is you at Christmas, surrounded by more presents than any child should ever have, but you didn't want to open any of them. You stomped your little foot and with tears in your eyes said, "All I want to do is scrub the toilet."
JC was tiny in stature but full of spunk. She was quite willing to share her pacifier with a Pooh Bear and happy to snatch baby Luke's binky and pop it in her own mouth. Always the calm one in a crowd of hysteria, she took her role as a good big sister to Sadie very seriously. She began her quest for a career, dabbling in construction with her business partner Luke. When her career as a soloist, like Grandma Renee, was met with harsh criticism, she moved on to the bells. By the time she was 3, she had stated she wanted to be a paleontologist. She has always had a quest to learn and now is planning to major in biomedical science with an emphasis on pre-med. They say we return to our first loves, With a stethoscope and a thermometer in hand, the future awaits you.
JC Megan, you are beautiful on the inside as much as the outside. You are smart and strong and capable. Your family is so proud of you and amazed by you every day. Keep God close to your heart. Remember, life is hard, not easy, and know that you will do great things. We love you to the moon and back, baby girl.
I'm not finished, Mr. Stewart. All right, before we... Wait, do you have something? Yes. Before I close with prayer, I'd like to invite you guys to the CAF for some... Okay, so for some cake and refreshments. All right. Okay, I'm going to pray now. Dear Lord, thank you for this night. Thank you for this week, this weekend. We are graduating and we couldn't be happier. Thank you for our parents and the sacrifices they made so that we could be here. In your name, amen.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by,